Hi, welcome to Heidi's Homestead. Today we are going to sow one of our first seeds or crops for the season of 2026. And it's going to be lavender and rosemary. So I did cold stratify these because these do need cold stratification if you want good germination. I had them in the fridge for about 4 weeks, and I'm gonna start them off in small little soil blocks, because rosemary and lavender take forever to they take forever to germinate. It could take them about 2 to 3 weeks to germinate, and but they also are very, very slow growing. So instead of taking a whole lot of space, I was like, I'm just gonna do in my little soil blocks. So that's what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna do, because they are tiny, I'm gonna dip in water, my little stick in water, and I'm just going to grab them and put one seed in each. So I'm going to do three of these of lavender and 3 of these in rosemary. Okay, so to make the soil blocks, you want a nice moist soil that when you squeeze it, it clumps together just like this. It's perfect. Now you do is just in a flat surface, get your soil and just rub it just like that. And I like to look at it just to make sure I got it evenly within the blocks, and it looks like I have. And then all you do is just, there you go, and it's that easy. All right, so I'm gonna do 3 of lavender and 3 of rosemary, and this is really easy to do. And these are the tiny little seeds of lavender. You know what, now that I just look at it, I think I did too much of the squares. I don't think I'm gonna have enough to fill all of these, but at least 3 of these to be exact. But if we don't get enough, that's fine. They are very, very tiny, guys, so you really, trying my camera to focus, they're really tiny. So all I do is I'm gonna grab my little skewer, could use a toothpick, and just get one of the seeds, as you can see it right there, and I'm just gonna put it in the middle of the little block, and there it is. And I'm gonna do these as I can finish these, and then I'll let you know how much I filled. Love you too. And I'm just filling up the last square of my lavender. Ooh, if I can get it out. Oh no, the seed did not. It's in the water floating. Alright, we'll get it out in a bit. And perfect. I love lavender. It smells so good. I want to make a few things with lavender. Now lavender, I don't know about this strand that I have, but I know there's certain strands of lavender, a variety of lavender, that they don't bloom in the first year, just because they are very slow growing. So keep that in mind. I'm growing the Homestead variety. So from MI Gardener. Sorry, there's people here, so there's always gonna be noise every time I make a video. But I'm growing the Homestead lavender from MI Gardener. There are plenty other varieties, but I got mine from MI Gardener. I think the Homestead is probably the most common one. So I don't know if I put one in there already or not. But you can make a lot of things with lavender. You can make bath bombs with lavender. You can make soap with lavender. You could even cook with lavender. Make lavender tea. Make lavender desserts. You could do a whole bunch of stuff with lavender. Make salves with lavender. You can make bath bombs with lavender. You just make a whole bunch of stuff. And it smells so good, and also it attracts pollinators. Okay, so I was able to fill all of these, and I have a few lavender seeds left, which I'm not gonna sow right now. There in this there was 75 seeds of lavender, and I didn't, okay, and there's 80 in here. So I will have, no, sorry, not 80, 50 rosemary seeds. So I'm just gonna tag it so that way I will know what is what. And then we'll do the rosemary. Okay, so rosemary is a bit bigger seed, and it's a bit lighter too, so it's gonna be easier to see where I'm putting it. But I'm gonna do the same technique of the lavender. So just dip my skewer and get the rosemary seed and put it right there. As you can see, it is right there. Get another one and just stick it in there. There you go. So these are much easier because they're a little bit bigger, so you could actually see where I'm putting them, just like that. That's perfect. All right, and I will continue to sew them just like that. And perfect. And you want to continue doing this until they're all filled. And I love rosemary. Rosemary goes good with chicken, especially chicken and pork. I like to make it, when I make for kosh, I like to put some rosemary on top of the focaccia, and it's delicious. So you can use it and make rosemary salt. Also, rosemary smells so good. But rosemary is also very slow growing and it takes forever to germinate. So you want to keep that. That one fell. You want to keep that in mind. That rosemary takes forever to germinate. We'll just leave it in there. And it's slow growing, so that's why I'm starting it early, very early actually, for that same reason. And it needs light to germinate, so we're not going to cover these. I'm just going to put some vermiculite on top of the seeds. So that, oh, I fell. So that it won't develop algae. Alright, I'm going to finish these and I'll bring you back once I'm done. Okay, so here I have vermiculite, and the vermiculite will prevent it from growing algae, but the light will still get to the seeds. So I'm just going to spread it around just like that, evenly. You could also put cinnamon. So that an extra protection of layer from the algae. Just like that. And then I'm going to water this, and then I'm going to put some plastic wrap on top of it and put it under my grow lights, and I'm going to put some heat mat on. I'm going to put this under a heat mat. And that is the first crop, I guess, of 2026. Oh, and I always put the date so that way I know when I planted it, so that way I could see how long it takes to sprout. So yeah, first crop of the year, not of 2026, rosemary and lavender. I will be growing and I will be sowing onion seeds on the 1st of January, so stay tuned for that. And here we are. So happy, so happy, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the 1st. Bye. I forgot to mention, because these are very tiny soil blocks, if you're using the tiny soil block maker, you do want to check them every couple of days, especially when they're under the heat mat, because they are very tiny. They will dry quickly. So I will check them every couple of days, and I will spray them down with water. And once they start to sprout, I will take them out of the heat mat, and then you could go a little longer without checking them, because they're no longer in the heat mat, because the heat, obviously the heat will dry up the water, and especially if they're very tiny soil blocks, and these are very tiny. So keep that in mind. it's you have to learn from it. So you will have if you're using them for the first time, I will let you know that you'll probably lose some because they are very tiny and they will dry out quickly. So just keep that in mind. It's a you live and you learn type of situation. So just check them every couple of days to see if they're not dried out. But it also depends on your heat mat. If you have a really good heat mat, so I got this one from Amazon. So this one, I know that it gets really hot, so I will probably even be checking in every other each day, because this heat mat gets so hot. But I have one from House, my main one, that it's long. That one regulates the heat very well, so I trust it a little bit more. But this one, I would have to come and check it probably tomorrow, just because this one gets really hot. The small one from Amazon. So just keep that in mind. Once they sprout, I will no longer have them under the heat mat, and I'll take this plastic off. So yeah, and as you can see, I have them close to the light because they need light to germinate. And I'll bring you back once they're done, or when they're sprout actually.